Shanti. A very good evening to all the participants of our today's online refreshing Sunday evening talk. This is a series of sessions which focuses on topics that matter to you. And this weekend, we bring another special topic with a distinguished speaker from the Brahma Kumaris. So we welcome you all to today's session. So the series is organized by Shanti Sarovar, Hyderabad, and it is one of the major retreat centers of Brahma Kumaris. So our today's topic is overcoming temptations. I think temptations is something we all try to resist, but sometimes fail, sometimes overcome. So how to make this process more easier so as to be more resolute in our resolutions and have a life that we determine and discipline as per our choice. So we have with us a very distinguished speaker from Hyderabad, and we welcome Sister Brahma Kumari Ruchi to Shanti Sarovar through this virtual platform. Welcome, Sister. So before we start, let me give a brief introduction about Sister. Sister Ruchi is a speaker, meditation guide, counselor, youth motivator, and creator of the weekly online program. She has academic on industrial microbiology, but has taken up the profession and a spirit. She completed her academic research in CDRI Lucknow and is currently serving with Brahma Kumaris for the past about 20 years. She has been facilitating sessions on self-development and emotional quotient and spirituality. So with a very strong scientific academic background, her sessions are a blend of science and spirituality. So let us deep dive into our today's topic, overcoming temptations with Sister Ruchi. Thank you, Didi, and welcome to Online Sunday Talks. Thank you.
Om Shanti. So, welcome all of you to our weekly program, Sunday Talk, and this makes our Sunday even better. Every Sunday, like if we have something good to analyze for the whole week, and that is the perk of Sunday every time. Well, today we are going to talk about, mostly discuss about temptations. If I ask you, what do you think? What is temptation? In one word or few words, if you need to define temptation, what will you say? What is temptation? You can write in chat box if you want. Because the story of temptations, according to our religion, is like mostly from Christianity. The whole world has started with temptation only. There was a time when Adam and Eve were there, and there was a forbidden apple. They were not supposed to eat that apple. The world was heaven, and everybody Adam and Eve were living nice life. Just the forbidden apple, they were supposed to use everything on earth except that one apple. And then it so happened That forbidden apple attracted them so much. They tempt to eat that, and they came into consciousness of physical identity. And later, they started going into that all sinful activities. And so the peace of world and peace of mind was gone. When we say about temptation, this is the story from scriptures. In our life, are we free from temptations? Yes? No? We are free from temptations, or we are still inside the line of temptation? We get tempted sometime. Uh, if you keep answering in chat box, I like it. From my, yes, we get tempt many a times. From my opinion, I think temptations are those attractions, some type of attractions, which dominates over my, I'll come back to this slide, not now, which dominates over my mind and make me unruly. When I temptations are matter of my choice. I like a few things, but these things, they not dominate over my personality, do not dominate over my decisions. But when you, yes, Padmavati is writing that when you listen to that name, when those things come into your vicinity, when you see to it, when it is nearby, you are unstoppable to use it. That is temptation. If I take very vague example, saying like uh, ice cream. Ice cream is say for example, if I take I'm tempt of ice cream. Okay, I do not keep eating ice cream all the time. No, I'm not. I'm very much able to live without ice creams. It's good. I like ice cream. But if there is a pack of ice cream in my freezer today, I come to know I have some amount of ice cream in house, then I get tempted. I get so unstoppable to finish it off. And once it is finished, then I feel okay, abhi to khatam ho gaya na, chalega. So temptation is that part of my personality which I am not able to hold myself. What will happen next? If that thing came in my vicinity, I just try to use it. Well, try to understand. I'm taking very vague example of ice cream. Rather, there are much worse examples of temptation. We get tempted of anything, anything. It could be a material, it could be a person, it could be a season, it could be anything. When I get tempted, I do not think about anything. It is almost like I'm spellbound. Spellbound समझते हैं? Means मैं जैसे मंत्र मुग्ध हो गया हूँ और मैं बस उस चीज के पीछे चला जाता हूँ. After getting tempted or after doing that thing or after using that thing, then sometimes we regret. I should not do this. I should not have used it. ये मेरे लिए ठीक नहीं था, मैंने क्यों किया? और फिर वो रिग्रेट बहुत लंबा चलता है. होता है ऐसा आपके साथ? हम नहीं चाहते हैं करना. The temptation is such thing. Internally, I'm very sure this is not useful for me. I should not do like this, but I do it. I don't know how I do it, but I do it. So we'll explore on this today. So let's understand what are temptations. We'll show you a slide. Temptations are temporary attractions, very temporary. It is not always you are attracted with those things. Temptations are so temporary that you can actually live without these tempting things easily, only if they are not around you. Temptation are unwise, unlawful, unworthy attractions. Thanks. I'll come back. Unwise, unworthy, unlawful. In our scriptures, basically, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. In our scriptures, basically, temptation is connected with sinful activity. They say temptation will bring you or carry you to sinful activities. Basically, if you think little deeper, anything which is, and okay, how I get tempted? Think for a moment. If you are allowed for anything, something, or everything, you are allowed to eat ice cream all the time, then you will not get tempted of it. Mostly we get tempted for those things which are forbidden for me, which are, there is a bar to use those things. There is a line not to go or not to connect or not to do that thing. And that is why that forbidden part keep hurting me. I keep getting tempted about it. And when, as soon as that force is removed, I I just do it. I just use it. I just have it. So number one, there is some law associated with temptation, some law, some line which is forbidding you to use it. Maybe more number of time. जैसे कहते हैं ना, एक बार आइसक्रीम खा लो ठीक है, दिन भर नहीं खाना. तो we get एक बार की तो permission है, so we eat once. It's easy, it's free. But if I'm using it number of time, then I get tempted of it. एक बार तो खा लिया, दूसरी बार खाने को मना किया गया है, लेकिन मुझे खाने की दिल हो रही है. Anywhere which is forbidden, law is associated, temptation makes me unlawful. Temptation makes me unwise also. If you are at your normal intellect situation, normal wisdom, you know that you are forbidden for this thing. You know that you should not use it. Say, for example, I can get tempted for anything. Maybe like uh, I I saw my friend's mobile phone. I liked that mobile phone very much. I just took that mobile phone and just seeing it, I become so tempted of it. I know it's wrong to take others' mobile, use their pin, and just explore inside that mobile phone. But we are doing it. Wisely, you know it. But when I get carried away with my temptation feature, I become unwise. And third and important is temptation makes you unworthy. You are a good person, you are a normal person, you are mannered person. When you get tempted, you become little deviated from your normal manners or normal behavior. And that is why this is the moment we become little unworthy. So going back to the slide, temptation brings unlawfulness, unwisdom, and unworthiness in our life. What are temptation in second point? Temptations are short enjoyment with long consequences. Usually, I am tempted of something which is of very short duration. Very short duration. I know it is not mine, or I know it, I should not, forbidden thing. Okay, and I just try to take few moments And because I'm getting carried away. And later I repent on it. I am taking again the simple example of ice cream. I know I was not supposed to eat it. I had a bad throat already, and it become worse just because I get tempted and long consequences. Then I have to do all the thing for my throat. So it is the long consequences. It's very simple to say about ice cream, but think there are many such temptations which are hidden inside. I don't want to go in that direction. We do many unlawful activities when we get tempted. So remember, always remember, it is very short enjoyment. Going back to the slide, very short enjoyment and long consequences. And the third important point is temptation blurs your intellect. How temptation blurs your intellect? Thanks. Basically, I know everything. I know pros and cons. I know usage. I know my limits. I know what is forbidden for me. I can live without it. I'm living without it. I'm not using my temptation part all the time. But when I see that thing, when I listen to, when I come across, I am not able to decide to stay away from that. And this is the moment when my intellect become blur. Basically, my intellect is very powerful, very, very powerful. My intellect has a capacity to decide and has a capacity to order me to do right thing or wrong thing. You know, in Bhagavad Gita, it is also said that मन बुद्धि से मुझे याद करो. In Brahma Kumaris, we learned दिव्य बुद्धि. बुद्धि को दिव्य बनाना है. Your decision making should become divine. When we talk about something good or something, some people who are very intelligent or so, we say intellectually elevated, intellectually degraded. Intellect is core of our personality. Spirituality help you to keep your intellect elevated, to keep your intellect divine. Spirituality help you to make your intellect worthy, smarter than others. When we talk about blur intellect, it so happened I prepared for everything, and all of a sudden, I just see thing, I get carried away. That powerful is temptation. Temptation, or for a moment, all your logics are set apart. All your intelligent behavior are set apart, just coming in vicinity to the thing which you attempt for. Now, this is what is temptation, how to overcome. Actually, you all said that you get tempted sometime. How do you overcome your temptation when you get tempted? Or what do you think? How to overcome temptations? Write it down. Write it down. What do you think? What should we do in our life? हमें क्या करना चाहिए अपने टेम्पटेशन को कंट्रोल करने के लिए या टेम्पटेशन को ओवरकम करने के लिए किया जा सकता है या नहीं किया जा सकता है? Yes? Give up tongue to eat that craves. Okay. This is about like those temptations, वो खाने पीने की चीजों के पीछे जो हमारा temptation होता है, उसके लिए practice to resist daily one thing you like. Well, there is a difference between like and getting tempted. Okay, to understand, it's not just real to experience. Very good. Well, we'll go in the direction of overcoming temptation. Apart from our daily life, think once before proceed. Think once before you proceed. I think it should go in that way. Think. Well, apart from that daily things, in our scriptures also, temptation is very bad. Means in history, if we see, many wars has happened just because of temptations. Many things. The whole world we are living now, it is structured on different type of temptations of powerful people. They changed geography, they changed history just because of their temptations. So when we talk about ourselves, spirituality, in Brahma Kumaris, we learn to get control over ourselves. And temptations are those very tiny little things, but very mischievous, very mischievous, to carry you up and to make you somebody different. According to spirituality, what we think, how to overcome temptation. Let's see in the slide. Elevated self-esteem. Elevated first step of overcoming temptation is elevated self-esteem. Thanks, I'll come back. Elevated self-esteem is, antidote of every weakness. Every weakness, not just overcoming temptation, but we need to understand the practicality of elevated self-esteem. When we talk about uh, self-esteem or elevated self-esteem, self-respect, how to understand this? When you think that every focus is there on you, you're cautious. Say, for example, me at this moment, because I know that the spotlight is on me. So I'm cautious about my movement, I'm cautious about my words. How to elevate my self-esteem? Number one, you cannot elevate your self-esteem for any of falsehood. True qualities in you. You can keep an eye on true qualities, those qualities which you carry inside. You can give respect to yourself for the uniqueness of your personality. And then using that uniqueness in daily life will help you to generate self-esteem. So this is about self-esteem. But if you have elevated self-esteem, how can you control temptations? Isn't it? See, if you have, think for a moment, it is your birthday party, or it is your wedding reception, or maybe some party where you are the center of attraction. Party is meant for you. Okay. I take that same example with me, the ice cream. Uh, you like ice cream very much. It is your birthday party. And every camera, every eye is there on you. You like ice cream very much. Ice cream is being served in the party also. You yourself telling people to go and enjoy the ice cream, which is very good. Would you take that one? Would you grab one piece of ice cream and start eating it while standing on the stage? Would you do that? Will you do that? Yes or no? You are on the stage, in the function, you are fond of, you are tempted of the same thing which is being served, would you take it? No, no. All of you will say no. Although you like it, although you are tempted of it, but if it could be normal timing, you might have done that. Today you won't. Why? You have a very elevated, very high self-esteem that moment. I am hero of this party. I should behave myself. I cannot generalize myself. Everybody seeing me, every camera catching me. So I behave myself. I control myself. I control and I do it. I'm able to take hold of my temptation. Are you getting it? Even if you are free to use ice cream that time, even if ice cream is available that time, your elevated self-esteem is much more powerful, very powerful than your temptation. Remember, you are much more powerful than this small, petty temptation thing. You have enormous capacity. You do not get tempted all the time, but the only thing you have to live in that consciousness. You have uh, you have got victory over this temptation many a time when you are in a consciousness of elevated self-esteem. What if I I take this self-esteem all the time? I use this elevated self-esteem all the time. How nice it could be. I will not get tempted anywhere. Have you seen we people, we become like a common citizen of India. We try to work normally, like we go to any shop, we take any mode of transport and we just go. Think about, think about Amitabh Bachchan. He is one of biggest celebrity in country. Can he go anywhere like us? Even if he like something very interesting, even if he like ice cream very much, can he grab one piece of ice cream anywhere? No, he is restricted with his elevated consciousness of being a celebrity. That will stop him. He understands that I am different, I am special. God says you are special. God see their children in a very special way. The daily Murli, which we listen, the daily discourse at Brahma Kumaris says, that is called Murli. In daily Murli, we listen to godly versions saying that every soul on this earth is special. If I stay in consciousness of my speciality, if I stay in consciousness of elevated feeling, I can automatically control all type of temptation. And believe me, this is most powerful but little difficult way of controlling temptations. But this is using your self-esteem against any of your weakness will be like Hindi mein kehte hain na Ramband, will be actually the final target, the final weapon you can use towards your weaknesses. And that is why when we meditate, when we connect ourselves with God, when we listen to daily Murli, it is a dose of self-esteem. Every day in Brahma Kumari is almost like we take a spiritual injection of self-esteem, which keep you safe, not just from temptation, from many things, from many such things. So this is first point. Second point, we'll go back to the slide. Logical, assertive attitude. Well, Overcoming temptation. Now, here you can help yourself practicing logical, assertive attitude. What we can do before if you know inside that you are tempted towards this thing, if you know that you should not, you are forbidden for this, before coming in direct vicinity of that material, person, situation, mentally you can prepare that situation. Mentally, you can actually keep your answers ready. It so happened when the matter, going sticking to the same example, ice cream. Basically, as soon as I see the ice cream, I get tempted. So that moment, how the temptation start? My mind asks one question to me. Look, there is ice cream. You can use it before someone else use it. That moment, just because my answer is not ready to give, I'm not ready to give an answer to my mind. I said, yes, I should use it. Think for a situation where mentally I list out those things I am tempted for. I am ready with logical answers of tempting questions. So when my mind will ask question, look, there is ice cream. Nobody is seeing you. What do you say? And then you will see. Then if you have practiced this inside, practicing that logical answer when that material is not in front of you. So when that material will come in front of you, that moment when your mind will ask question, nobody is seeing you. There is ice cream. What's the plan? You will say, look, last time I had bad throat for a month. I don't want to go through the same painful procedure again. Your temptation is half killed. It's half killed. Then again one question. Okay, last time you had 1 cup of ice cream, take 1 spoon today. And then you will say, okay, if I take 1 spoon, then 15 days of pain. That is again a problem. I have a program tonight. Your temptation is 75% killed. The thing is, it is not that simple, but the practice of logical answers to your own inside inner voice, which makes you tempt, help at the time of getting carried away. Ice cream is a very vague and very simple thing, but sometimes we get tempted towards sinful activities. And then there are long consequences. There are long repentance period. So just practice to answer your mind. Going back to the slide, we'll see next point. Understanding the law of karma. Now, this is very important. Law of karma is treasure house for every question in our life. Think about that consequence which you are going to get after this carried away moment. If we have a clarity of law of karma inside, not just clarity. Sometimes if you have clarity, then also you will get carried away. But if you practice law of karma in your life, how to practice law of karma in your life? Practicing righteous and unrighteous, very clear inside your mind. This is towards righteousness, or this is towards unrighteous. Or if I simplify it for you, very simplified. Imagine one cartoon Rama and one cartoon Ravan. One cartoon Rama sitting here and one cartoon Ravana sitting here. And anything which you think, anything which you do, It is actually getting pulled toward either Rama or Ravana. That means this is a small game we used to play when we were young. Your every activity, your every thought, your every behavior, it is supporting Rama or it is supporting Ravana. Simple. If I understand law of karma, this small unlawful deed, it is going to ruin my life or many others' life, then I'll stop myself. Temptation is not till the extent of eating things. Actually, we get tempt of many such things. We we expend so much money about on it. Sometimes we become so unlawful that we steal things. So this is all come from temptation only. So understanding law of karma. Law of karma is whole separate chapter. I think sometime dealt in our Sunday talk also. You can see our previous sessions and you can go through law of karma, or sisters in Shanti Sarovar can help you on that. Going back to slide, understanding law of karma is you can read about it, you can work, and every day Murli contain a lot many details of law of karma. Law of karma gives all answers of your life. Naturally disciplined lifestyle. Now this is something interesting. If I have a natural discipline, there are two different type of discipline. One is imposed discipline and one is natural discipline. Imposed discipline under some force, under some influence, I am disciplined. Like I'm sitting in meditation and my meditation teacher looking at me. Okay, leave that meditation part. I am in my yoga class, or I am in my um mm, I am my doctor is around with me. This is important. This is good. My doctor is in house. How disciplined you become that day? You don't eat anything, anything wrong or any such thing. You don't do that. Why? You are under force. But a natural disciplined life. Natural disciplined life is practical, uh, practical usage of law of karma. Practical application of law of karma means natural disciplined life. And last but very important is focus on our elevated, our superior attainments. Thanks. Um, these temptations internally, they're not going to add anything in my personality. They are actually going to ruin my personality. If I focus, like the day of my birthday function, I focus on my behavior, I focus on my uh, way of carrying, or way of standing, or way of my manners, because I had a focus on high attainments, like they are coming for me. I should be available for them. I should not ruin their photographs. I should look good. I should behave good. And simply, I am able to control my temptations. Think about in your life, just becoming carried away with this thing. Is it going to add anything in your career, in your personality? No. So instead of getting carried away for such unworthy thing, why I should not pay attention to something more important? Remember, we get tempted towards something. We always keep in our mind, it is very important. I do not get a chance to use it. I somewhere I'm giving that material, that moment, that person, that activity more important. If you put that material or that activity or that person in a folder of non-important, okay, ठीक है तो है. Say for example, if I say I don't like ice cream, अब है तो है, ठीक है यूज कर लेंगे, अगर है तो बाद में यूज कर लेंगे. Automatically you become free from temptations. So all these are very connected. Self-esteem with the practice of spirituality, you elevate your self-esteem. Then second, it was going assertive, ready answers for your tempting questions in your mind. Understanding law of karma. Law of karma, practicing law of karma brings a natural discipline in daily life. Natural discipline help me to focus my focus on elevated attainments. And those things which I get to attempt toward it, I put it in non-worthy folders. I can overcome it. These are all my views, which I thought about temptation. If you want to say anything, you are welcome to say, or if you want to ask anything, you can write your question in chat box. So till you write your question, or before we go for last meditation, we are going to show you one small video, a small song, which is a cartoon song, but the song is very meaningful, saying that you are powerful. Till then, you can use your time to write questions in chat box. Thank you.
I know a lot about overcoming doubt. So many things they told me that I couldn't do. I went and proved them wrong. So now I'll pass along these simple words I hope get through to you. It doesn't matter what they say. There's only one voice to obey. And it's that little voice inside. So let that be your guide. Then you can save the day. 'Cause you are stronger than you know. Stronger than you know. You may be small, but give it your all. And you will finally show that you are stronger.
I think there is no sound.
I know a lot about overcoming doubt. So many things they told me that I couldn't do. I went and proved them wrong. So now I'll pass along these simple words I hope get through to you. It doesn't matter what they say. There's only one voice to obey. And it's that little voice inside. So let that be your guide. Then you can save the day. 'Cause you are stronger than you know. Stronger than you know. You may be small, but give it your all. And you will finally show that you are stronger than you know. So much stronger than you know.
That gives me an idea. Instead of trying to go through the maze, let's go over it.
Now you're thinking. Sophia, do you really think we can jump across all these statues?
I know we can. Just look at what we can achieve. Through any danger we can leave. And we could conquer any maze. A new trail we could blaze. If only we believe that we are stronger than we know. Stronger than we know. We may
Om Shanti. Also, I can see many questions. I can ask my um, team members. I can ask presenter if we can have something for questions so that I cannot miss questions. First question I can see from Sangeeta. How to overcome temptation? I mean, unknowingly, we get attracted to many things like looking good, etc. Well, I told you that list out your temptations. Temptation is a mental activity. Mental means internally, and it can solve mentally only. So list out your tempting factors. Maybe every time when you list out, you will find new surprises. You will find new things you are getting attracted these days. But every interval, like you clean your house with every interval, like you clean your body every interval, like you clean your cupboard, like you clean your office, you have to clean your intellect time to time, practicing, asking question. What are the things you are getting tempted these days? And then keeping that assertive answers ready when you get tempt, when you get, like looking good. So looking good is not a matter every time. Looking good comes only when you are in front of mirror or you find somebody who is looking very good. So when you see somebody looking very good, you become conscious about your looks. When you are in front of mirror, you become conscious about your looks. So when you are not in front of somebody who is looking good, when you're not in front of mirror, think about what answers you can give to yourself when you find, thank you, I have such a nice team, they help me a lot. So when we say, like, keep posting, post all the questions, please. So what happens when we say, when I have answers ready, that it is my qualities, my qualification speaks more than my appearance. So that type of strong answers, if ready inside, then you will not means you will not worry more about your looks or so. So you can help yourself with this. Okay, next question is feelings, emotions, and temptations. Can you enlighten us? Um, Feelings are set of thoughts towards one subject, which is generating some, uh, how can I say? Feeling is the unit actually, which is generating a type of sense in you. A set of thought generate feelings, a set of feelings, similar type of feelings generate emotions. And temptation is different. Temptation is those set of thoughts which are very tiny inside, which are not that powerful, but they are like, they are spellbound. As soon as you see them, they dominate over your personality. As soon as you come in vicinity of that material, these things actually dominate over your first personality. These are temptations. Well, question number 3, I can sometimes we come across justifying answers to commit temptations. Yes, very beautiful question. Thank you. This I missed. Thank you. Sometimes we justify ourselves. We say, just because ice cream was actually melting and nobody was taking in it, that is why I took it. When you say this, when you justify your wrong activity, when you justify your unworthy, okay, if I say, if you justify anything, that means it is somewhere you believe it is unlawful. You yourself is very much convinced that it is unlawful. And that is why you are actually using it. And that is why you are justifying it. So justification itself says that you accept it is wrong. All the right thing, you never justify it. You say, I know I'm right. I need not to justify. You will see when time will come. You're very confident about your right things. When sometimes you justify, justification means you internally know and you internally believe that you are unlawful, you're wrong. So if you justify and get carried away with your temptation, हिंदी में बोलो वो बहाने बनाना ही हुआ. That is very weak part of personality. Use any of those ideas which we show you in our slide, elevated self-esteem, or understanding the law of karma, or natural discipline. You will find you will not justify yourself. Instead of justifying yourself after committing temptation, after getting carried away with temptation, it is good to be judgmental or strongly answer your mind before getting carried away with a temptation. So what you are doing after it, do it before. Looking for variety of thing is also temptation. Acha, question is, sister, looking for variety of things is also temptation. Well, the question is not that clear. Looking for variety of things, maybe your job, or maybe you think your choice is to see for best. So if you're trying to purchase something and you actually go do a lot of research about it, it's not wrong. It's not wrong. But if you do not have to purchase anything, or you're just browsing market or browsing things, so that is also a temptation. हिंदी में बताऊं एक अच्छी सी बात, रस लेना. बहुत हिंदी में एक बहुत अच्छी चीज हमको समझाई जाती है. कन रस, मन रस, जीभ का रस, स्किन का रस, टच का रस, रस लेना. So रस लेना समझते, enjoying that thing. So if you are, instead of requiring it, अगर आपको उस चीज की जरूरत है और तब आप कर रहे हो तो बहुत अच्छी बात है. लेकिन जरूरत नहीं है लेकिन आप रस ले रहे हो. मैं आपको बताती हूँ. In Brahma Kumaris, we do not eat anything outside. We cook our food by ourselves. We cook our food, means not individually ourselves. We cook in our ashram in remembrance of God. Then we offer it to God and then we accept it. It so happened, हमारे administrative head दादी जी कहती थी, पता है खाना ना बहुत प्रकार से होता है. So we do not eat anything outside. दादी जी से used to say, मुंह से तो नहीं खाते हो बाहर का खाना, आंखों से खाते हो, नाक से खाते हो, दिमाग से खाते हो. Now you understand what does that mean? We eat with our eyes, we eat with our nose, we eat with our mind also. Means if I see one food, picture of some food or food somewhere, and I am just seeing it, how beautiful it is, that means I am eating through my eyes. आँखों से रस ले रही. I am not supposed to eat something from a restaurant, but while crossing to that restaurant, I smell it. Oh, it is so delicious. I used to had it earlier. So if I smell it and enjoy it, ये नाक से खाना होता है. If I remember it, I used to had it in my childhood days. ये दिमाग से खाना होता है. So this is not actual tapasya. If you are in a natural discipline of not eating things from outside, you are eating things from ashram only, then all these things can stop. So ऐसे ही, looking variety of thing, if it is your job, if it is related with your work, If it is worthy, then I don't think it's temptation. But if you're justifying yourself, then it is temptation. Question was not clear, so I just wanted to give that answer only. Anything else? No more questions? So thank you. We can sit in a moment of silence with the small tiny music for a minute, and then we close the session. Thank you, everyone. Om Shanti. I'll request our people to actually play a small soft music. Our presenter can play and share the meditation slide.
Thank you, Didi, for this wonderful session. It was a really great way that you explained us how to overcome temptations. And I feel it is very relevant given that we are surrounded by things, the digital, social, the different varieties of food and living. So our lifestyle is full of things which can tempt us for a very unhealthy lifestyle, maybe, or some things which are not good for us. So it is very important, the tips and tricks that Didi said, we try to experiment with them, and when one by one try to overcome our tiny or maybe bigger temptations as well. Thank you, Didi, for this wonderful session, and thank you to all the participants for joining us and being with us regularly every Sunday. So this is us for this weekend, and we will meet again next Sunday with a new topic on the same platform and same time. Till then, we wish you a very great week ahead and hope to see you again next Sunday. Thank you so much. Om Shanti.